Hello.
Hello.
Yo, it's the start of the week, it's Tuesday. Now, this is the Psychic Zone. Welcome along, I'm Gemma Hadley. You're probably thinking, well, are you psychic? No, I'm not psychic. Now, someone who is, and I'm very privileged to be with her today. This is the first time we've met.
It is, it's the first time we've worked together, and I'm very excited as well. It's my first time doing the Psychic Zone.
Woo! So it's all exciting. It is pretty much a brand new show. We've been doing it for about 3 weeks, but I still consider that brand new.
I think
in terms.
Absolutely, it is very brand new, and I'm sure that there are lots of people out there, yes, you, that's watching for the first time, going, Psychic Zone? What do you mean? What is it all about?
What is our theme today? Because you're going to get, we're finding out about Inbaal today.
Ooh. Well, what I'm going to be discussing today is how to psychically find out how to change your image as means of changing your life. Everyone wants something new in their lives. Maybe you want to draw in a new kind of love. Maybe you're always drawing the wrong man and you want to think, how can I draw in the right man? Maybe you need a new job, and it could very well be down to the colour of your lipstick, to the clothes that you wear, and through having a psychic reading or a card reading, I can tell you what it is you can change about your image to actually enhance your life. It's all about the guidance that you're given, and it is all really good fun because image and fashion are very fun things.
It is. Do you know what? I'm just thinking for people at home that actually wear a uniform and don't, you know,
like
can't
us.
have a choice. Yeah, we've actually turned up psychologically in the same outfit, which is really weird.
It is. It's very
But it
bizarre,
happens, doesn't it, with psychics? I'm not psychic, but...
Well, no, but it certainly does happen. When I work on the Psychic Interactive show, which I'm sure a lot of you know, there's a few clothes. I go shopping with Laura, who is very stylish and, you know, is very good at buying things. And we have quite often sort of turned up in the same top.
Yeah, we are matching almost today. Now, if you're at home and you've decided what to wear today, it's your uniform. It's not very nice if you can't be kind of choosing what you want to project about yourself, because what your clothes and your colours projects your personality and how you approach life, and that's what you're going to be talking about.
Yeah, we'll be discussing all that, because even in the extreme case of a uniform, I used to work in a uniform in a restaurant just around the corner from here, in fact. My very first job in London, 11 years ago. Yeah. And even inside the uniform, you can have a different beauty regime. You can do something interesting with your hair. You can still be yourself, even inside the uniform. You know, I was in the army for 2 years.
Really?
Yes,
actually, I can imagine that. From what we saw earlier on today, out filming on the streets with general public. Yeah, you were right in there.
They were frightened. But I was not a very good soldier, because I'm not very good when my personality is taken away from me. I sat with the army rules and managed to find all the accessories that weren't specifically banned. So I had the neon earrings. It was 91. It was all right.
What, when you were a soldier?
It was not allowed. It was not allowed.
You made it happen.
Absolutely. I had a very, very large Swatch watch. Everything can happen.
Yeah. Now, Inbaal's going to be going into full depth in this subject, which is going to be exciting, exhilarating to say the very least. Now, before we get into all of that, I'm going to explain to you what you're seeing on the screen, because sometimes I know it can be a bit complicated. If you're not a regular, why aren't you a regular? But if you are just joining us, a very warm welcome to you. This is what's happening here on the Psychic Zone. Look at the screen in front of you. There is one studio telephone number. It's right there, just beneath my manicured nail. 0906 125 4000. It's one number. It makes it easy. That means you can contact any of our psychics. That's now, today, because we're fully interactive. That's you at home, us here. Fully interactive. All you have to do is pick up your phone. There's the number, 0906 125 4000. Now, look at these two boxes. Oops. They do contain, oops, and I've lost me talk back. They do contain two psychics, and they're very, very good. They're regulars on the show. We've had Ruth and Caroline right here before. They're sought after. We've managed to grab them for today, and they've taken time out of their busy schedule. Now, Ruth is a brilliant psychic. She really is. What are her major skills, would you say?
Ruth deals with the cards, and she's very well known for her compassion. I mean, if you look at her, you can see what a nice girl she is. And sometimes that can be sort of the beginning and the end of a reading, that you know that somebody is just a really nice person. So if you need a shoulder to cry on,
there it is. You can see her.
There she is. So she's waving so sweetly. But yeah, she will tune into whatever problem you're having. She'll sympathize, and she'll manage to help you solve it or guide you through it with her empathy, with her sympathy, and with her cards.
Good. Now, yes, there we go. I think I'm in. Plugged in. I was listening to that, and she is a very good psychic. She is someone, if you would like to get a problem answered, any issues that you're thinking you could be done with, she's definitely going to clear those for you. Call the number there, 0906 125 4000. Press 1 for Ruth. Now, we always give you options. That's the point of the show. Look down there. Look. There she is, option 2. Hello, that's Caroline, and she's holding up her cards. She works with cards, and again, another good psychic.
It's not that she's a good psychic only. She actually works with cards, with crystal balls, with the pendulum, with the rune stones. She does absolutely everything. There, she's holding her rune stones. Do you see?
Yeah.
They're so interesting because not everyone works with them, and they're actual pebbles with ancient markings on them, and they can plot your life in the, I suppose, more distant future. So that's Caroline. She's a truly, truly special lady down there. She's actually been working as a professional psychic for many, many years. I know she looks so young, but she's actually been working for many, many years, which means sort of back in the day where you didn't have psychics on the telly, you didn't really have them in magazines, it wasn't really the done thing, it wasn't talked about. Caroline was the person that they'd go, you know, there is a lady that I went to see, do you want her number?
Yeah.
That's who it would be.
It's a secret revealed. Caroline!
Exactly.
There you go. Get in touch. Just use this number. You write it down, whatever you want to do with it, but put it in your phone and get calling Caroline because she gets snapped up very quickly. Oh, as does Ruth. 0906 125 4000. So press 2 for Caroline. More options. There's lots of options for you. Option 0.
Yeah, option 0 is basically all the other psychics. It doesn't mean that they're sort of that you can't see them because there's anything wrong with them. It really is all the psychics that work on the same team.
But they're not in the studio, are they? They're at home.
They're not in the studio, nor are Ruth and Caroline, but they're basically the flagships of option 0. So if you're thinking, no, I'd rather talk to someone who I can't see, I'd rather talk to someone who I don't know who it is. Or if you're thinking, oh, Ruth and Caroline are going to get very, very busy throughout the show, which they are.
Definitely.
Just ring the same number and press option 0 and you will be put through to your next available psychic. It's very, very simple.
It is. It's simple and it's great, and they are leading psychics. They've been handpicked by us here, and you will be getting a genuine psychic on the end of the phone, getting impartial guidance, not like going to your friend or your neighbour or someone who's going to be a little bit biased. These people are not going to judge you if you are feeling like, well, are they going to judge me? Of course they're not. They're going to give you impartial guidance. That's what you're going to get on the end of option 0. So this is your number right there, 0906 125 5000. So press 0 for the first available psychic. Now, let me just bring you down here. Have a look, not down at your lap, down here. Underneath this little flashcard with Psychic Zone, and the website is this flashcard, the A to Z of how the show works. If you get stuck or you're bored of looking at us too, look down there and you've got the number 0906 125 4000. Look, it says call our psychic option 2. Option 2, that's Caroline. She's ready and she's just there. This flashcard here is going to tell you exactly what's going on, and don't worry, so am I. I'll tell you who's available and when, so you're in safe hands right here. Now, Inbaal, it's time to talk to you because this is my first time working with you.
It is.
When did you discover that you were a psychic?
It was actually very, very bizarre because I thought it was normal. I was always the girl in primary school that, or even before that, in sort of preschool, that everyone came in to sort of ask advice from, and it's been like that sort of throughout my life. I'd always be the person that everyone would sort of come to Auntie Inbaal to ask, you know, how things were turning out. And I think, I mean, if you look back at your preschool years, you'll see which people were there that everyone would sort of go running to.
Yeah.
Those are the people that probably had their own inherent psychic ability. As a little girl, I could read and write way, way, way before I should have done. I could do maths, and if I go back, I think it's probably because I was psychic and I always knew how to do these things. It doesn't have anything to do with sort of high IQ or anything.
Yeah.
Now, when I was 20, I bumped into the cards for the first time through a complete pure coincidence. Lady I worked for said, "Oh, do you want to come to my house for coffee?" And you know,
sounds a bit daunch to me. But
and at the time I was not scared of strangers, and she said, "I respect the cards very much. Would you like to look at them?"
Goodness
and she was, her voice is well, she's beautiful, she's wonderful, but you know, a slightly unfortunate thing there with the voice, like Marge Simpson on acid. And
now that's an image.
And she started sort of doing the cards, and I said, that's fine, I don't believe in them anyway. And she said, right, can you see here the card is showing a blonde woman sitting next to a dark-haired woman? And I said, okay, that's bizarre, because I looked at the cards and I could actually see it.
Right.
And at the time, I thought anyone looking at the cards would be able to see it, but that is not the case at all. Anyone looking at the cards would see, you know, cards, and they weren't even these. They were playing cards. They were really normal cards.
As
it was
in
the queens
playing
and
cards?
yeah,
Oh.
normal. You know, with queens and jacks and diamonds and things. And she said, and next to you, I can see a dark-haired man overseas. He's going to ring you. And obviously, my dad rang.
And your dad is...
My dad, who is a dark-haired man overseas, absolutely. And that's sort of where it started.
And did you develop your skills from there, going, right, I'm going to go full throttle into psychic world?
After getting over the initial shock, I basically sat down with the cards every day for 5 years.
Gosh, there's some hard graft gone in there.
Absolutely, because I'm in fact 100% self-taught. I never went for the books. I'm still on page 12 of my tarot book. I've still got the little donkey here folded in, but I know I'll never finish it. I sat down being completely self-taught and looked at, let's say, this card would be my card of the day, and then I'd sort of realise what the card was. Then I'd see what my day was like, and I could refer that day to that card.
Right.
And then after sort of a couple of years, I started doing readings for friends and got sort of slicker and slicker at it. And it's only when I went full-time 6 years ago, I realised that I'd actually managed to develop my skill up to completely professional level, and I started teaching very quickly after. And I still maintain, and that's no offense to you working psychics out there, but a lot of my students are actually at a higher level than a lot of the working psychics out there, because when I teach the cards, I encourage people to find their own meanings just the way I did. I get them to, you know, burn the book, only metaphorically, because in the place where they burn books, they will burn people, obviously. But I get them to get rid of the book, to not look at any directions or any instructions, and basically I go to people, what does that card make you feel?
Straight off.
Exactly.
I'm getting a good impression of you in the fact that you're really intuitive, and that's a lovely characteristic to have. How are you going to use this today with your readings in relation to our subject, which is image?
We're going to be dealing with image. So I'll be using the cards, because the cards are very colourful. So I'll be using the cards I'll start that sentence again. I'll be using the colours on the cards. Yeah, those last few seconds never happened. I'll be using the colours on the cards to give people colour advice as to what to change, maybe in their rooms, maybe in the colours they wear, maybe in their hair colour. Yeah. Maybe even contact lenses. Depends how big you want to go. Makeup as well. I'll be using those to go for the actual colour changes that are needed. Then I'll use the actual meanings of the cards to see which image you'd like to project. So if you, let's say, go to work in a very feminine outfit, and then you find that you're usurped for the promotion by all the people that sort of dress up very masculine, maybe I could advise you to go with that kind of image. Anything.
I'm sure there's a lot of people at home that are thinking this is a great way to move forward in their lives.
It is.
And it's a different way of looking at it. It's a great way to get a new perspective, and that's what the Psychic Zone does, which is really, really good. Now, if you'd like to get in touch with the show, please do. In fact, text messages is a good way to test the psychic waters, so to speak. So if you'd like to get a message into Inbaal, she'll go through the readings, possibly a question about your image and whether it's going to, whether you can get some kind of change in the way you project yourself through your clothing. If you've got any questions about what colour you should wear for an interview or whatever it might be, even if you've got a question about your life, and whether you should uproot and move the family, it really doesn't matter. Here we go. This is how you get in touch. 87777. So just write that down, or whatever you need to do. 87777. We need your name, which or a nickname. It doesn't matter. Mine's Foxy. Foxy lady. What's your nickname?
I'm actually Inbaal on everything.
Oh, okay.
I know, I'm so dull. My email, my sort of anything computerized I have is just simply Inbaal.
Oh well, it can be simply Inbaal or Foxy, whatever it is. Get your name into Inbaal so she can do a reading with your date of birth, because it's always helpful, and a question into 87777, because we're going to be going through those during the course of the show. Now, I'm just going to update you with the lines and how they're going at the moment. Now, this is brilliant. This is brilliant for you if you've just joined us, or you've been watching, or you're thinking, oh, shall I call? This is the time. Ruth and Caroline are both free, which is well, it's unheard of. You've got the choice right there.
It is really, really unusual because, well, having worked on the Psychic Interactive shows, I know that those two girls are two of the most popular girls we've got on the lines. They're never, ever free. And they're probably, we're on until 7 o'clock, but they're probably not going to be free between now and 7 o'clock at all. You can be the last person to grab them.
Yeah, do it. Snap them up now. You have to be really quick on this show because they're so popular. Call 1 for Ruth or 2 for Caroline. So just use this number right here. It's one number, it makes it simple. It's easy for you, so use it. Take the opportunity. 0906, look! 0906, I sound like a teacher, don't I? Oh, 0906 125 4000. Press 1 for Ruth, 2 for Caroline, and 0 for the first available psychic. There you go. That's how to get interactive with us. Now, Inbaal, where are we getting to on, what are your credentials? Because I don't know particularly what your credits are, so to speak.
Well, on the psychic level, I've been the official psychic of Big Brother's Little Brother.
We've all seen that.
Yeah, I did their Who's Going to Leave the House Next 3 years ago. And we actually had like 3.5 million viewers on one of the shows, which was...
I would have been scared. Were you scared?
No, it wasn't, because my cat was on me in that one. It was a video from home. And so my little cat is a superstar, my little Solly, 3.5 million viewers. And the next year I did Big Brother predictions for News the World and got the winner right. And then
goodness me, you must be so good if you're getting all these gigs.
I'll get you a better one. Last year, well, the one just gone, I did Sneak Magazine. I did the Big Brother predictions, and I did predictions as to what all of them are going to do when they leave the house. And it was basically on week 1, and I said who's going to be the winner, and it came up as Anthony. And I saw him in the street yesterday.
Yeah,
I saw him in the street. It was just so bizarre.
And what did he say? Did you speak to
No,
him?
no. I just, you have no idea what I'm like around famous people.
Oh, really?
I just kept walking. Yeah. Just because I'm comfortable around you doesn't mean I'd be like that around everybody.
Oh, okay. I can't believe this. I mean, what did you predict for that Big Brother?
Well, simply.
What came true, basically?
What it was. Well, the winner did. What it was, I just sat there with the cards, and they gave me that list of names, and I took a card for each name and waited to see which card came up with the biggest money card. It was really as simple as that.
Seriously?
And yeah, and then the money one came up for Anthony this year.
And he won.
The year before that, when I did them for News the World, they actually got me to look at pictures of their breasts. It's a little bit embarrassing to. It's News the World.
Sounds dodge.
It was, but the thing is, they sort of gave me pictures, and by their pictures of their breasts is where I could see that Nadia would basically win.
Seriously, just from a bunch of breasts?
Well, hers were the most stable, weren't they? They weren't real. So I thought she'd be a sort of a stable winner.
Oh, that is bizarre.
It's difficult to explain. The thing is, when you're a psychic, your brain makes these sort of strange links that other people would sort of go. I mean, it's a running saying amongst my friends when they say, "Oh, Inbaal, it works in her head," because I'll be thinking things that are sort of really unusual, and they'll go, "Oh, it works in her head," and I'll end up being right.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I'm just thinking with our sort of project that we're looking at today, our
image.
Yeah. Have you ever done any kind of image type shows or readings about image and colour or publications?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I actually do the stars for Elle magazine. So that's always
I read that.
Yes, I write that. But that's always got a bit of a fashion slant.
I'm getting starstruck.
And when I sort of do the big specials, so twice a year I'll do big specials, they'll say to me, can you predict which trend would go with which star sign?
Are you serious?
And, yeah, Sagittarians, colonic irrigation this year. Go figure, I'm telling you.
I'm a Capricorn, that's not going to happen, is it?
Nothing like that, no. I can't remember what it was for Capricorns this year, but I think it was something like softening the look, because usually Capricorns are very city, very shoulder pads. And
do you see these? No, it's just my shoulders, they're just really...
You've obviously sort of taken the advice, or as you say, you read Elle, you never know if you subliminally already sort of did that. And I had to do, for the start of this year, I had to do a horoscope.
I was going to mention something like that,
yes. Yeah, it was Elle magazine, it was a L'Oreal special. Inbaal, sponsored by L'Oreal. Am I fired?
No, you weren't there.
Word. And it was a horoscope to predict which hair colors and which hair products go with each star sign, and that was just so fun to do because I love really sort of getting my teeth into the whole fashion thing and seeing what goes with which person, because you can look at a fashion magazine and say, you know, this trend, I like this trend, I don't like this trend, but it might not suit you at all. And you know, short of having a personal buyer, how do you find which trend actually works for you? I do it as a specialty, but any psychic can actually help you with that, because if you ask any psychic a straight, genuine question, you will get a straight, genuine answer. So if you ring up any of our psychics and go, what am I doing wrong in my image that stops me from attracting love? Or what shall I wear for my interview tomorrow? Or what shall I wear for my driver's test? The psychic will give you an answer.
This is great, because I didn't even know that this could happen, that you could do predictions about people's appearances with the cards until I saw it earlier on today.
Exactly. We went and we filmed that fun bit with all my frightened people in Oxford Street.
I know, you were like, I'm pouncing now. And giving readings, but it's great, and you're going to get to see that a little bit later on in the show. But for now, we're going to go on to the text messages, because already they're flowing in, so thank you very much. Keep them coming, keep flowing. 87777, text your name, date of birth, one question per text, and Inbaal's going to be doing readings for you. So let's have a look. Down at the little psychic screen. Yes, I know that's the date, Psychic Zone Tuesday. Oh no, hang on a minute. There's so much going on down here. All right, let's do business. It's Gavin's birthday. If you love Gavin, text in and tell us how much. It's the team. Stop it, this is a show. Right.
I think Gavin is single, incidentally, and he's very good looking, so girls get texting.
But he's a bit short. Now.
I cannot believe you said
Never
that.
Never mind, it doesn't matter.
He's taller than me. He's so handsome.
He's a bloke. Let's move on with the project in hand. Hiya there. Can you see my creative project enabling me to become self-employed next year? Thank you very much.
That's such an excellent question.
Yellow Sagittarius, thank you.
Self-employed next year or not? There's actually no self-employment for you next year, but it's not because your creative project doesn't succeed. It's in fact because it's going to have to take 2 years to put completely in place. So I understand that you've already started it, but sometimes things just take time, so give it time. You will be self-employed eventually. It's a bit too soon to think of it for next year.
How did you just do that prediction? You were using your cards, weren't you?
I was using mostly the cards, yeah. Ooh, where did I put them? Sorry, I can't remember.
Don't worry, they've gone.
Yeah, I've already mixed them.
You use colours on those.
I used the colours on them, and the fact that the self-employed this year came up as a bit more of a negative card, and the card for sort of self-employed not next year came as a more positive card. So that's basically the one that wins.
Okay, I'm liking seeing you use the cards, because it's different for me again, because I work with lots of different psychics, and it's great. What a great job.
I know.
It's lovely to see all of your skills, and it's really being demonstrated here. Let's go on to another one. Hello, my name Rabia. I apologise if I get it wrong. Rabia Ahmed, and date of birth the 2nd of the 2nd, 79. I'm waiting to hear back from decision about a job interview. Will I get this job? I would love to answer. I'd love to ask a question like this.
It is. It's a shame that it's not the best answer, because it says no, but in a sense, it shows that it was not really your job to get. They might have given it to an inside person in the first place. So it's not your fault that you hadn't got it. Keep going to interviews. It's always good practice for when the perfect interview comes along.
Inbaal, I love the way you've just gone, right, it's a negative outcome, but you've taken the bull by the horns, and you've not sugarcoated him. You said exactly what you felt had just come through in those cards.
Because there's nothing worse than not knowing. And now Rabia can carry on with her evening, watching her telly, thinking, right, what shall I apply to next, rather than sitting by the phone and waiting for it to ring with something that it might not ring. Not knowing is the worst. Knowing that something is sort of a little bit not exactly the way you're expecting it is only second worst.
Yeah. If you've got any questions, a bit like Rabia, why don't you get your text messaging into the show? It's a good idea to find out what's up ahead. It's nice to know. You can do that. You can give people what's coming in their future, can't you?
Absolutely. That's what prediction is all about. Now, it won't be what's coming in the future for definite. With Rabia's example, she's already had the interview. They've already made a decision. But for a lot of people, it's still sort of all about making choices, and I can see that your future will be like this and like that if you stay in your current job, and then your future will be different if you change that job, and you can choose which way you'd like to go.
So you provide options, psychic options. That's what it sounds like.
I don't provide options, the gods provide options, but I can tell you what those options are. Yeah, I can highlight them for you because you're sort of all embroiled in your own life and you're thinking, what do I do? And if you've got someone very clearly saying to you, well, if you choose A, then this will happen. If you choose B, then that will happen. It makes it easier for you to know what's on your heart, what's in your heart, what's on your mind as well.
It does. It's lovely. Release the negativity. Anything that's bothering you, get the text message in. Any questions? Now, hello, if you have just joined us, a very warm welcome to the show. This is the Psychic Zone. And don't worry, we're unraveling the mysteries revolving around psychics. I know before I started this show, I was a little bit sceptical, but I'm learning so much about alternative ways of looking at life. And it's a good way of doing it. And I'm joined by Inbaal, who's going through our text messages, doing readings, predictions for your future. If you feel this is the time to take a little bit of time back and get a message in, why not give it a go? If you sat at home on your sofa with your cup of tea, put it down, pick up the phone and text in 87777, text your name, date of birth and one question per text. And if you've got, we're looking at image today, if you've got a question about whether you need to change your image in order to sort of invite love and abundance into your life, this is the person that's going to be able to help you with that for definite. And this is what she's doing. We're going through the text messages, 87777. So let's have a look down here. Chrissy. Hello, Chrissy.
Chrissy.
Hi, girls. Love the show. I'm going on a blind date this weekend.
Good on you.
Ew. What should I wear? Good question.
Right, what it says here is to actually wear something pretty sober and pretty somber. So it looks like it's somebody who will be impressed by you being a bit of a good girl. And the most important thing about blind dates is that it really is just going and meeting up with a new friend. Don't panic about it, don't fret and don't be fearful. Go out there just to enjoy it.
Brilliant. There you go. I hope that helps you. Now we're just about to hit the break. It's been a quick first section, but do call our psychics who are available 0906 125 4001. Hit 1 for Ruth because she's available right now. Do that now. We'll be back after this. See you then.
See you then.